Hello and a very warm welcome to Bharata First. I'm frankrausanpereira. This is FRP Explains. What does the UN stand for? The UN is an organization that has been in existence for quite some time now, right from the mid 1940s. After the Second World War, it was formed and it came into existence. They have tried to solve several of the issues, but most of them are outstanding. The contentious ones can't be solved at all. So, what is the point of having the UN? They don't seem to be able to get things right even in a continent like Africa. How will they sort out some of the bigger issues? Do they really want to sort out some of these bigger issues? Is another question that we need to ask ourselves. Because let's not forget, the P5 are one of the biggest arms suppliers in the world. So isn't it in their interest then to have conflict going around the world? Because weapons don't come cheap. There's a whole lobby behind it. There's a whole industry behind it. Do they really want peace in the world? That's a question for us to ponder about. Look at what's happening with Israel and Palestine. Where is the UN? Has the UN stepped in? The UN chief has called for peace, but apart from that, nothing has been done. So, does the UN serve its purpose? I would argue and say no. First and foremost, the UN has outlived its utility. In 1945, when it was formed, the world was a different place. Today, it's a different place. There is no representation in the UNSC as far as the world is concerned. Where is India? Where is a country from South America? Where is a country from Africa? Why isn't another Asian country part of the permanent member of the UN? My guess is as good as yours. Clearly, it's a club of five, an exclusive club that makes all the right noises, but doesn't actually want to go through with it. They want to maintain that exclusivity. And in maintaining that exclusivity lies their benefit, and hence they don't want countries like India and several of the others to join in. There could be a strong argument that can be made that the Africans themselves are not certain and are not clear about who should represent them. Same is the case with Brazil and the Far East too. But that argument, as good as it is, the fundamental moot point and the bottom line is that the exclusive club does not want to be widened and does not really want to include any more people. And hence, this pot is kept boiling. Some of you may then ask, if that is indeed the reality, why is it that India keeps calling for UN reforms? It's because if we don't do it, nobody else will. And this issue too will be buried under the carpet. We are doing it in the hope that someday there will be change. Because change is a constant. And we can only hope that it happens sometime in the near future. To give you an analogy, something that I've used in the past as well. When you cut a tree, I'm not propagating that you should go and cut a tree. Please plant a sapling and let's make this planet greener. It's just an analogy and nothing more. When you cut a tree, you don't strike it down with one blow of the axe. You keep hitting it repeatedly on the same spot. And then after many blows, the tree falls down. Same is the case with the UN as well. So we have to continue to keep at it and try to bring about these reforms. Only then, when there is equal representation, when countries like India sit at the high table and actually make a decision and can make a decision, is when things can change around the world. India can play a role of a mediator as well, because right from the past we've seen that our foreign policy has been non-aligned. Of course, we've been working in our interest of late, and that is a great thing. But we have also kept our old friends, and we continue. It's an innate quality in us. We know how to maintain relations. We are friends with both Palestine and Israel. And India has very categorically stated, even at the UN, that we do not want to take sides, and we are both with Israel and Palestine, and we want peace. So India can play the role of a negotiator with regards to Israel and Palestine because both nations trust us. And that's a good place to be. Similar kind of a thing can be applied even to Saudi Arabia and Iran. All these problems stem from the fact that there is a division as far as the Islamic world is concerned. The Shia dominant Iran is fighting against the Sunni dominant Saudi, and this has seen a slight change of late because they have realized that the more they fight with each other, that is going to cause their own downfall. India can play a role there too. So India can work as a mediator, something that we will be good at, and this is the approach that we need to take. In the meantime, we continue to push for UN reforms, we continue to talk about the UN, and we continue to try and push for our agenda putting India first, or Bharata first. That's it on this edition of FRP Explains. For those of you who like the content, may please like the video, subscribe, and then hit the bell icon along with all notifications. And for those of you who would like to come forward and contribute to keep this content alive, you may do so by using the UPI IDs. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. That's it from me. See you again next time.